Welcome, everybody, to our first episode and introduction of the Purpose Podcast. My name is Soli. I am your co-host of this podcast, brought to you by Give.
And I'm Haylee, the other co-host.
And I'm from Provo, Utah. Just a little bit about myself. I grew up here. I now work here at Give, especially as a content creator. And then I also, on the side, run and operate my own marketing agency called Dynasty Lead. And that's what I'm doing today.
Awesome. Little intro for me. I'm Haylee. I'm 21 and I'm from Kaysville, Utah. I currently live down in Lehigh and I work for Give as a content creator as well. So, the purpose for this podcast, the Purpose Podcast, we wanted to show, we wanted to inspire people to find their purpose in life, and we want to bring on people who have cool life stories and have a good sense of their purpose in life just to share with everyone.
Right. So working with Give, really the purpose of Give is to inspire and help others give and donate to nonprofits and help nonprofits receive exactly what they need to fulfill out the purpose projects and things that they need to do for, their organization. And so just like Haylee said, we're excited to bring on a lot of cool people who have either worked in the nonprofit industry or who just have great stories of purpose and what they, want to do and achieve in their lives. And hopefully it helps inspire you guys to be able to do great things as well.
So, Soli, what do you think was your defining factor in your life or a defining person that gave you a sense of purpose?
So for me, I think the biggest thing for me has to be my parents. They're both immigrants from Samoa, and they moved here, got married, they had 7 kids. I'm the youngest of 7. And, growing up, like we've talked about, I didn't have like a terrible childhood. We always had food to eat. We always got to participate in sports and do fun things. It was never a really dull moment in my life. But my parents did have to work hard. At one point, I did realize when I was younger that, dad was always coming home late, mom was always coming home late, and they had to leave very early. And I knew it was because they had to work, upwards of 2 jobs each to just provide. And that really inspired me to make sure that in my life right now, my wife and I's goal is to provide meaningful experiences for other people. That's something that I learned from a guy named Jimmy Rex, who has been able to do that. He does a lot of great things it's called, have you ever heard We Are the They? So it's a group where he helps men who just they every man I feel like has a certain barrier to break before I feel like they can find their true purpose or whatever. But because I just feel like most times it's like men have to be, but his program is like, hey, break down, like, what are the things holding you back? What are some emotional things? And he provides these crazy experiences for them to overcome fear and stuff. And I was like, I love that. And I want to do that for everyone. And so that's kind of where me and my wife's goal is to just provide meaningful, purposeful experiences for people that we love. So that's mine. But what about you? What is the purpose of your life, do you feel, and people who have inspired you to, do what you want to do today?
So when I was 3 years old, I was adopted by 2 amazing parents. And my mom really, she really instilled in me that giving back and being kind to everyone is just how life is, and that's how she always has been. She learned that from her mom too, and I've always looked up to her in that way. She will talk to anybody at the grocery store and get their entire life story. So I just love her for that, and she really taught me that giving back and serving others is really the key to happiness, and that's her purpose in life, and you can tell in her every day-to-day actions. Going on a Rome humanitarian trip this last year to Fiji also opened my eyes to all the people that didn't have the same circumstances as me, and it really really just reminded me of everything my mom taught me growing up, that just always give back.
And that's awesome. And if you guys didn't know, Haylee is one of the most giving people you'll ever meet. She's very kind, very nice. And speaking of giving, that leads us to give, which brings you this podcast today. Give, where both Haylee and I work. We are a platform that is hosted on the Web3 side of technology, specifically set to help nonprofits, to help people with purpose, passion projects. And so Haley's going to give us a little bit of a rundown of what Give is and what we do.
Awesome. So like Soli said, we sponsor nonprofits. Currently we have 4. It's Rome Humanitarian, Who Lives, Free a Girl, and Spark of Hope Foundation. All of them are amazing, and all of them have amazing projects that they do. And Give is trying to change the way of giving. We want to increase the amount of people who are actually donating. And even if it's $1, the more people that are donating $1, the bigger impact we will have. So we have a really cool way to increase the amount of people who are donating, and that's via cryptocurrency. We accept donations in all different types of currencies, and that really broadens our audience to the amount of people who can participate in charitable acts. So yeah, that's kind of what Give does.
Nice. And that's great. And I know kind of why Give and why blockchain technology, but I want to ask Haylee, for all of you guys, why blockchain technology? Why cryptocurrency? Why not just the traditional way of, donating or giving?
So there's 2 main reasons why we prefer to use blockchain technology. One of the reasons is transparency. A lot of the times, nonprofits as well as donors both have an issue with transparency. Either the nonprofit can't exactly show the donor like where all the money went to, or if they got all the money, and the donors just give their money and they don't exactly know if it got to the intended place that it was supposed to go to. So with blockchain technology, you are able to track exactly where your transactions are going via wallet to wallet. And so it's super, super transparent, and people can see exactly where their funds are going to. So that's an upside for using blockchain. And another cool thing with node owners, so you get a certain amount of distribution every day, and something that's cool is you're able to actually redonate those rewards like over and over again. So it's a lifetime of giving.
Nice. And that's cool because I've personally have had many times, and I still do, where at Panda Express, if you go to Panda Express, for sure 100 times, 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, hey, do you want to round up nearest dollar? And as guilty as you feel, because you're like, man, it's just $1, there's always a part where it's just like, well, I just don't know. Like, I've never heard of this charity, and I'd hope to help this charity, but you just don't know. So that's where it's cool. Just like Haylee said, Give comes in and plays that factor of being on the blockchain technology, keeping everything totally transparent so that you can see your impact, which is cool too, because on our platform, if you go to any of the 4 nonprofits that we sponsor and you donate to them, there are different projects that they have set. So it's very specific. It's not just, hey, donate X amount, it's, hey, if you donate $20, this will provide a whole clothing set for someone, X, Y, and Z. And so you can see the direct impact that you're having.
Thank you guys for listening to our first episode. It was so fun. So next week we will have one of my very favorite people, John Renard. He works for Who Lives. We're going to have him on to talk about his life purpose and his journey through life and why he does what he does.
Yep. So stay tuned. We're excited to bring to you a lot of great people with a lot of great purpose and a lot of stories that hopefully inspire you to give as well and to have that purpose in your life. So Please follow our Instagrams, our Twitter, LinkedIn, Discord, our Facebook. Join us on all of our communities, because here I Give, we are changing the world one mission at a time, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. That said, we're signing off. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you guys on the next one.